Very good evening. Thank you all for joining me on this wonderful Saturday evening. And I would like to welcome you to this month's edition of the Coffee with Vythee series. So, this month we will be looking at a very interesting tool called Convertkit. So, before I go any further, for people who have joined in to the Coffee with Vythee series for the first time, I'll introduce myself. I am Vaidishwaran Vedagiri. I am the founder and principal learning consultant at Vylearn, based out of Chennai. So, once again, it's wonderful meeting you all on this platform. So, without further ado, let's get into today's agenda. ConvertKit. So, let me give you a small story as to how I stumbled upon ConvertKit before we actually go into the tool itself. So, I stumbled upon this tool a couple of months back where one of my clients was in a sort of a fix. So, this particular client is in the leadership training arena, and she actually wanted to create a training program on leadership development. So, the way her program is structured is she has some material which is to be given as pre-course material. So that consisted of a few documents, a couple of videos of herself, and she also had one or two activities that people can individually do. And then comes the main program itself, which was a lecture. It was designed in a lecture format. It could be delivered either online or offline, but for the past 2 years she's been doing it online. So the lecture is the main crux of the entire program. So she refers to some of the materials that has been given to them in the pre-test, uses it as a sort of a scaffold, and builds the remaining part of the program. It's a long lecture, and once that is done, the learners go back and she sends out feedback forms and gets their inputs. So that's how her program is structured. One of the challenges that she faced, and that's the reason why she came to me, was she was having difficulty in engaging with her learners after her main presentation. Because what happens, and this is I'm sure a lot of you will resonate with this feeling as well, is when the pre-course material comes, you eagerly go through it. There are some videos that you can look into. You will have an opportunity to formulate some questions for the main session. You're a little excited. Then the main session happens. You get a lot of learning. You're excited. You want to go and implement it in your day-to-day sessions, in your day-to-day work and all of that. And then after a certain period of time, the energy level slowly fizzles out, either due to intrinsic or extrinsic circumstances. We tend to switch back to our old ways, and this was a problem that she was facing, because her program was very good. She had some great messaging, but the challenge was to sustain the interest of her participants after the session, engage with them, and make sure that they stick to the messaging until a period of time where this message becomes a way of life, it becomes a habit. So she was facing some challenges. So she came to me, and we were working out some strategies, and that's where we stumbled up on this Convertkit. So this Convertkit is a platform which will help you keep your audiences engaged both before, during, and after your main training programs. So this is applicable. So when I went through the site in a bit of a detail, and I found it really interesting, and that's why I wanted to share it with you, is you can establish not only a channel of communication, but you can also use ConvertKit to build your community and eventually monetize it. Right? So that is what I'm going to be showing you today. I will introduce ConvertKit to you. I will show you what are the features. It has a freemium model, which means there is a free component to it, and beyond a point it is paid. So we will go through all of that. I will show you some of the features of Convertkit, and you can see where and all you can use it. So you can, from whatever I have seen, you can use it. So if you are an individual person who has a training program, or if you are a teacher who conducts classes, you could even be a professional musician, or you could be a podcaster who wants to monetize your podcast, probably create a community for yourself, a community of followers to whom you may probably want to upsell any of your future products. So how do you create this community in a very professional and a very engaging manner is what we will be looking at today through Convertkit. So let me go ahead with that introduction. Let me go ahead and start sharing my screen. So I will show you how the Convertkit interface looks like, how do you sign up, and what are some other features that are there in Convertkit. So let me go ahead, share my screen. A second. Yeah. Okay, that's better. Let me move this to the side. Yeah. Okay, so to access Convertkit, you just have to go to convertkit.com. That is convertkit.com. So this is the site, and this is how the home page looks like. So let me first show you how the pricing model works. And one of the reasons that I really liked Convertkit is the way in which it allows you to scale from the free version to the paid version. So I will show you how it works. So we'll go to the pricing portion. So here you are actually being charged by the platform based on the number of subscribers. And of course, there are some features which will be missing in the free version, but from my experience, the free version is more than adequate to give you a very functional point to start, a very professional looking point to start, and accumulate a very decent number of subscribers before you will be forced to move to the paid version. And by the time you reach that target, your subscriber base should be more than enough. The monetization that you are able to make through your subscriber base should be more than enough to take care of the paid part of Convertkit. So that is the beauty that I noticed when I was reviewing Convertkit. So if you look at this, let me open this up for the full set of features. So what Convertkit does is, up to the first 1,000 subscribers for your programs, you don't have to pay anything. The sign up is free. You don't have to give any credit card information or bank information or anything. You can sign up for free, and you can utilize this to grow your subscriber base for your programs up to 1,000 people. Only when you cross 1,000 people, you will have to shift to the paid version. And by the time you reach 1,000 subscribers, you would have definitely created a great fan following for yourself. And when you start monetizing your subscriber base, this $25 a month or $290 per annum will not be a big amount. So that is how they have structured it, and that's something that I really liked when I looked at Convertkit. So when you look at the features, the basic features are all available in the free version, which is the good part. So you can see that you can create unlimited landing pages, you can create link pages, you can create email forms, you can create drive traffic. A lot of these good things can be done. You can do subscriber tagging, you can segment subscribers into various classes and how you want to engage with each one of them. You can segregate them by different programs that you are conducting, and sort of interact with them appropriately. So all these features are available in the free version itself. The only thing is the Convertkit branding will be there at the bottom of the page. It will say created using Convertkit. So that's really not a big deal. So to start with, to create a professional looking page that looks very polished and premium, and that starts inviting your subscribers, you can definitely do that using Convertkit. So this is how the pricing is done for Convertkit. So let me go back to the home page. So now let us try signing up with Convertkit. So signing up with Convertkit is very easy. So on the top right corner, you see the sign up button over here. So when I hover over it, it turns green. So you just click that. So for the system, you'll have to prove that you are a human, unfortunately. So they want me to find boats over here. Okay. So these two are boats. Any more boats? Yes, there's one boat over here. One more. Okay. Okay. So I'm a human. So now we'll have to create an account for ourselves. So you can give any email address that you want. Let me just give this one. Yeah, I'm just going to give a very simple password. Okay. So you'll have to agree to the terms and conditions and click get started. So when you get started, it will ask you some a set of questions just to make sure where you are. So this is basically data collection that's being done by Convertkit, just for them to get a sense of the analytics of people who are using their platform. So you can say that you're just starting out using a tool like this, and then right now, probably if you're just starting out and you have a small YouTube channel or something, you can say we have 1 to 1000 subscribers. If you have more, you can give, but 1 to 1000 is a good space to start at the moment. Then you can classify yourself as to who you are. So probably if you are a coach and an educator, you can select multiple things. So probably if you want to just select these two, just hit continue, and it'll ask you what do you want to achieve. So do you want to grow your list, do you want to send emails, or you just want to look around ConvertKit and explore it for yourself. So you can select whichever option you want. Just hit continue, and you are signed up with ConvertKit. So this is just an introduction video, so you can close it. So this is how your ConvertKit dashboard will look like. So you have now signed into ConvertKit, and this is how it looks. So this space is all empty because you have not created anything. This is a fresh account. So this is how it will look, and on the top you will see that there are 5 components to it. So this is where all the action of ConvertKit happens at the top. You have grow, send, automate, earn, and learn. Okay, I will show you what these components are. So first is the grow component. So under grow component, you have 2 options. One is subscribers and the other is landing page and forms. So since you are starting new, you won't have any subscribers, so you don't have to worry about subscribers at the moment. But if you are migrating from some other platform and you want to import a list of subscribers you have, so let's say that you have conducted a lot of training programs and you have contact details of a lot of people whom you want as your subscribers, you can add those subscribers directly into your platform. I will demonstrate how that is done in a bit. And the main area, suppose if you are starting new, this is the place where you will have to look at landing pages and forms. So I'll first go to landing pages and forms. So once you click that, you will have this page that pops up. So we don't have any pages at the moment, so you'll have to create a new page, which is over here. So I will show you how this works. So we create new, and now you'll have to create a landing page. You can either create a form or a landing page. Let's say I want to create a landing page. So what is the purpose of a landing page? So a landing page is essentially a welcome screen for your audience. So let's say you have a training program or a coaching program, and you have people who have joined the program. Now you want to keep in touch with them. You want to send them like weekly updates, or you want to follow up with them. You want to send out newsletters to them. You want to sort of have a nice polished approach or a look for your program. See, oftentimes what happens is when we have to create a program, we usually go in for creating a website, and you'll have to involve a developer, or you can probably go with something like Wix. It all takes time, and you'll have to register a domain. Registering a domain costs money, whereas here you can get all of that done for free, and it is extremely intuitive. Okay, I'll show you how it is done. So when you go over here, you have a lot of templates that are available, and you can also shortlist or filter it using any of the categories that are here. So let's say that you have a training program So training program will be classified as a product. So you can go in and look at all these templates that are available, and you can change. You can take one of the templates and start working on it, right? So let's say, okay, let me say I pick this one. I'm just choosing the first one that's coming across. So I say choose. So when I say choose, this page opens up. So I'm going to change this. Let's say leadership coaching. Okay. And here everything is absolutely intuitive. You can just select and change this. So you can just say congratulations, and then you can have a little bit of a subtext saying sign up for our coaching list today to keep up with to stay connected with our mentor and our community, something to this effect. And here you can change this to sign up. So you can edit all of this. Everything is editable. You can move this field. You can change anything that you want. And here you have some text and images over here. You can again go, you can change all of this. So let's say you select this one. You can go in here, replace this image. And one good thing that is available as part of Convertkit is their integration with Unsplash. So if you are not familiar with Unsplash, Unsplash is a free platform which has stock photographs of very high quality that you can use, reuse, and download for free. There are no watermarks, there are no copyright issues, nothing is there. It's a completely free platform. You can use it even if you want to use it for any of your other programs. Suppose you are building a PowerPoint and things like that, you can use Unsplash. You can go to unsplash.com and use images from there. As far as Convertkit is concerned, they have integrated Unsplash, so you can select Unsplash. You will have all these images coming up. You can also do a search, an image search, keyword search, and get images from Unsplash. So you can replace anything that you want. Let's say I want this image over here. So the image gets replaced, and all of this text can be changed. Say I am your coach and mentor. I mean, you can type, you can essentially type anything you want over here. You can change the name. Let's say you want my name. You can put anything. All these fields are editable. You can go and change everything over here. So again, one second. So if you come to general styles, you can see that there is this image. Let's say you don't want this image of a mountain. You want something else. So again, you can click this mountain. Go to Unsplash. If you already have an image, excellent. If you don't have an image and you want to use something different, you're more than welcome to go ahead and use that. Let's say I want, let's say I like this image, for example. So the image comes up over here. You can change the font color. Suppose, let's say this is not looking good and you want black. You can change it all to black. So this is completely intuitive. It's like what you see. It's like Vythee. You can just go in and just select whichever field that you want to edit. You can go in, make your edits, and everything happens. And once you have done, you can save a copy of it, so that if you're not ready to publish, you've just created a draft and you want to revisit it, you can save it. Once you're done, you can publish the page. So when you publish the page, you will get this option of creating a link. So what you'll have to do is just select this, copy this link, and when people sign up for your program, you'll just have to give this link to them. So when they click this link like this, the page will come. It will look like a Paka website. It will look very, very professional, like as if it's created uniquely for your program, and all of this is done for free. You don't have to pay anything, and you'll get a very nice professional looking site where people can enter whatever information that they want. And once people enter and click sign up, all that sign up information will come to your subscriber base here. So here we don't have any subscribers, so that's why it's empty. So once people sign up, the subscriber page starts getting filled up. So suppose, let's say that you are a person who has a subscriber base. Let's say you are conducting a lot of training programs, you're conducting a lot of classes, and you already have contact details of a lot of your people who attend your classes or your programs. So what you'll have to do is, if you want to add people to existing set of people, you'll have to click add subscriber over here, and you can just create any tag. Let's say legacy list, something to that effect, and then you get an option called whether you want to add the subscribers one by one, or if you have the first name, last name, and the email address, you can create a CSV document and just upload that CSV document over here. And once you upload your CSV document, all your subscribers will be populated in this list like this. So it's very, very simple. If you already have an active set of subscribers, you can get them onto the platform immediately. If not, you can create a page like this and send it to people for whom you're creating your program, and all of their whatever information that they feed over here will appear in your subscriber column. So this is essentially the first step that you will be doing when you start working with Convertkit, where you will start building a subscriber base. Okay. So now we have seen what comes under grow. We have seen subscribers, we have seen landing pages. Now let's go to send. So this is where the magic happens. So what typically happens here is Convertkit allows you to send emails. So you might ask me, what is the big deal? I can send emails. But what Convertkit does is it customizes your emails. So it adds the subscriber's first name and last name. So you just have to give the draft of the body of the email to Convertkit. It will add the salutations, it will add the first name and the last name, it will add the signature and all of that. Not just that, it also does more. What it does is, let's go back to the same example with which we started today's session. So this particular client of mine wanted to engage her audience for a period of 1 year, right? And she wanted me to send weekly emails to her recipients, which means I need to send 52 emails after the program is done. 1 email per week for a period of 1 year, that is 52 weeks. So I need to create 52 emails. So what Convertkit allows you to do is, you can draft those 52 emails and schedule them in a sequence. So it is like a fire and a forget kind of a system. So you create your program, you create your email sequence, and just say execute the sequence. That's it. You don't have to worry about anything. You can go about with your business, you can go about with your other classes. For that particular cohort of people whom you have conducted the training, from the following week up to the next 52 weeks, whatever material that you have given Convertkit, it will keep pushing those emails. And the beauty about these emails is, you don't have to send the same old plain boring emails. You can make it really exciting and a visual treat for your audience. So here it has a lot of email templates. So you can add a new email template. There are a lot of email templates that are there that you can use. So you can go in and you can add templates like this. Then it also allows you to create what are called as snippets. So snippets are essentially what are they are reusable elements. So let's say that you want something that you want it to be part of every single email. For example, let's say there is a quote, or let's say there is a small video piece or some motivational message, or let's say it is the sort of a punchline of your program. So you can create that as a snippet and just command Convertkit to send it out along with every single email. So it will take care of everything for you. You don't have to type, you don't have to format, you don't have to adjust and all those things. ConvertKit will take care of everything. So you can send sequence, and if you are in a live session, if suppose let's say that you are conducting a training program and this training program is going to last for 2 weeks, you can send broadcast to people during this 2 week period. Let's say that you conduct a Saturday Sunday program and you have another class for the following Saturday and Sunday. Suppose if there is some communication that you want to do for everyone, all you'll have to do is hit a broadcast and send it out to all your participants. The messages will all be personalized. Okay, so these are some very intuitive features that I found to be very interesting, because rather than manually doing all of these things, you just give all the information to ConvertKit and it will automate the whole process for you. Suppose let's say that I'll go back to my same example. So this person who came to me with this leadership program wants to conduct this program every 3 months for different batches, right? So which means that he has to do this program 4 times a year. So she has 4 cohorts. So for these 4 cohorts, all she'll have to do is, once the first cohort is done, she will have to create an email sequence, set it for that first cohort, and then she can go into her second class, her second cohort, create that, take that separate list, create another sequence for them. So it's like once you have completed one set of class, the common problem that we have is how do we engage with the previous batch once the next batches come in. Because when there is a current batch that is happening, they usually take up more of our time and we don't typically have time to go back to our previous batch and keep them engaged. See, if they ask any questions, we might be able to answer those questions, but how do you keep them engaged? How do you keep them thinking about the material that you have shared, about all the knowledge that you have shared, and how do you keep them interested, engaged, and transform them to such an extent that by constant reinforcement it becomes a habit? So that is where ConvertKit is going to help you achieve that. So once you have completed a cohort and once you have set them up on ConvertKit, you are absolutely fine. You can concentrate on the next cohort. ConvertKit will take care of your first cohort. So that is the beauty of this particular tool. And now is the automate function. So automate function is again the automation aspect of whatever we just saw. So if you go to visual automation, you can create a lot of rules over here. So because what happens is, the earlier one we just saw emails. So how do you send program emails and things like that? So here you can have other options. So you can do a paid newsletter. If you have a podcast, you can welcome subscribers to a podcast. So these are templates which are designed to a very, very specific purpose. So if you are looking for something in this list that is very, very specific to your particular use case, you can go in and use this directly. So if you are releasing a new book and you want to use a particular template, so you can go in and use this. So you can preview it. So it will show you how exactly the funneling happens. So book release, landing page, then the subscribers are interested, subscribers. So book release, warm up, then what's the date, book launch. So it gives you that sequence. So all the sequences set as a template. So suppose you are looking to launch a new book or a new program, you can go ahead, take this template. You can customize this, customize every single aspect of this. You can set the dates for all of this and go ahead and save it. ConvertKit will take care of the whole business for you. So this is how the visual automation part works. So again, rules are also there. So suppose if you want to go in for an extra layer of customization. So let's say that you have a group of around 1000 subscribers. You have 1000 subscribers, and you can set rules. So you say that, okay, so this is the automation I want, but this automation must be given only for this set of people, and for this set of people I have a separate automation for them. Because if you remember, initially we were talking about segmentation. So when we want to segment our audience, this particular rules will come into play, where you can say that for this group of audience, I need this kind of messaging to happen for them, this kind of a communication happening for them. For this kind of an audience, I want a different set of communication happening for them. Because when you are creating a subscriber base, you will have a lot of different types of subscribers who will be decision makers, who will be ready to pay, they have the purchasing power, they will be able to immediately purchase. Some people might be influencers, people who can influence a decision, people who may be advocates for your product, who might go and evangelize your product. You need to equip them as well. So if you want to categorize your subscriber base, how do you do that? So that is where the rules aspect comes in. And integration is something different. So suppose if you are using any other platform for your database management, for example, it will give you a large list over here. So if you are using any of these products, Teachable or WordPress, and if you have any automations that are done over there, you can import all those automations over here. Suppose if you are a YouTuber and you have like millions of subscribers and you are having a Patreon page, you can do Patreon integration as well with Convertkit. And again, RSS is, again, if you are creating an RSS feed and if you want to create those automatic digests, this is something that systems will take care of itself. Of course, RSS feed is nothing new. This is a very this has been happening for a very long time, but Convertkit also has this particular RSS integration in it as well. So these are the three main features of Convertkit. If you are from India at the moment, one feature that is not available for the Indian audience is the earn component. So earn component is the e-commerce component of Convertkit. Unfortunately, this is not yet available for India. But as a workaround, what you can do is you can have your payment modes set in as an embed in your page. So let's say that you have a particular payment gateway, or suppose you have a Razor Pay link for your programs, or suppose you are accepting Google Pay, Phone Pay, or anything like that. You can give that information in your launch page itself. And of course, tip jar is again not available for us. So this is something that you can include as part of your programs. If at all it gets introduced, you can have a tip jar at the bottom of your page. So people who sort of chance on your page and wants to donate something like that, they can do that. And of course, payout is how Convertkit is going to transfer that money back to your account. So this particular part, if you are not in India, if you are in India, this will not apply to you. Okay. And learn is essentially basic documentation stuff. So it has a lot of documents that will help you with some updates, any updates that happen to Convertkit. And they also have a community. So if you have any questions, or if you want to search for any use cases on Convertkit, you can go ahead and check out the community. It's not a very active community, but it has some information in there. And Creator University is a much more elaborate version where they teach a lot of tips and tricks, in-depth tips and tricks. That is something that might be useful to you once you start using Convertkit at a more comprehensive level, and when they start adding more features, that will be where you will be looking for a lot of customizations. And that's where, if you go into Creator University, you will find some resources aligned to that. So this is how Convertkit works. So I think I've given you all a very quick introduction to Convertkit and what are some of the things that Convertkit can do. I see. Okay. Right. So this is a very high level overview of Convertkit and some of the things that Convertkit can do for you. So if you have any questions on Convertkit, or if you want to see anything about Convertkit, please let me know. I'm here and I'd love to take your questions.
I think nice product. I'm Ajit here.
Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry. Somebody else speaking?
No, please carry on, sir.
Oh, thank you, Bhadresh. I wanted to know, these letters and all are easy to send from what I heard. But what about the creatives and your promo brochures and all? Can they be sent?
Yes, all of that can be sent. So when you go into the letters, you have the ability to embed custom objects. So if you have a brochure that is already there, if you have some images that you have already created, if you have a promotional video of yourself, You can embed all of that in your mail. All of that is possible. So you don't have to create any new collateral within Convertkit. If you already have existing collateral, you can take their template and use it. Or if you're not happy with their template and you want to create something fresh, they also have blank template. So you can open a blank template and you can add any material that you have into that mailer.
So if we have a creative, it's something like downloading a photograph, which we are doing similar way. It is there, right?
Yes, exactly. So when you go in there, it will show you an upload button. So you just have to click upload whatever collateral you have, just drag and drop it, it will appear.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay.
Very much.
Yeah, I have a question where just want to ask what is the subscription, monthly or annual?
Okay, so let me reshare my screen and I'll show you what it is. 1 second. I'll have to sign out from this. Give me a second. Okay.
Sorry, I joined a little late, so maybe you must have covered already.
Yeah, I covered it, but no problem. I can quickly show you what it is, sir. No problems. Just give me a second. Okay, where is Zoom? Let me share. Okay. So in the pricing model, like I was saying, most of the features that I mean, literally all of the features that I explained to you throughout is all available in the free version. Like it's a freemium version. So the free version has literally all of this available for you. The paid version is really dependent on the number of subscribers you have. So which means that you can use the free version up to 1000 subscribers. So from 0 to 1000, you will be able to use this platform for free. If you are crossing 1000 subscribers, that's when you will have to spend if it's like $9 a month or $25 a month, depending on the number of subscribers. So for every additional 300 subscribers, you'll have to pay in this manner. Or if you go for a monthly kind of a yearly kind of a thing, it will be much cheaper. That's the only.
Vythee.
Yes.
This is for additional 300, but up to 300 they have written. They have not written additional.
No. Actually, this page is not exactly clear. I did a lot of research, because if you look at it over here, it will say 0 for 300 subscribers. But
Yes.
in actual, it is actually 1000 subscribers. This is the correct information.
Yeah, so that was the confusion. Yes.
This is the correct information. And for every additional 300, this is the case.
Okay.
Yeah, one more point is like what I heard is when you send the email blast or something, there is a chance that your email ID can be blocked, maybe Gmail email ID or something.
Excellent.
So is it the problem?
Excellent question. This is a very good question. So the chances of a Gmail ID getting blocked is slightly higher. If you have an official email, the chances of that getting blocked is a little low, because what will happen is, see, when you are sending out a blast email like this, typically what we do is, when we send out an email, we just type the text, the content of the email, and we just send it out. And if it is a bulk email, any email server will definitely try to filter it out. But the good thing about Convertkit, it formats your email in such a way that it also gives you an option to unsubscribe, and it has the languaging that says that you can either continue the subscription or unsubscribe. So if you have language like that, your email servers tend to permit that to land in the main email box. That is number one. Number two, of course, the credential of your email is there. If you are using a Yahoo or a Gmail ID, the credential is slightly lower. If you are using an official email ID, for example, if you, I personally, for demo purpose, I showed my Gmail, but I actually use Convertkit from my official email, from my Vylon email ID. Of course, I'm not able to open and show it because I've got some client sensitive material over there. But if you use your official email, the chances of that landing in junk or spam is very, very less.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
The last question I have is, sorry, I'm asking so many questions.
No, please.
I think you have been sharing a lot of good things. You are adding a lot of value for people like us. So suppose if you want to take your services, paid services, what kind of services you offer? Because I think I attended this one more program, I think on Canva or something. You did some program on Canva. I remember that many months back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when it comes to my services, I'm into primarily learning and development. So I do training design, training development, training delivery. So that is my core area. And of course, I also help with presentation design. Design is one of my forte as well. So these are some areas where I cater to. The reason why this Coffee with Vythee came up is in my line of work. I work with a lot of Fortune 500 companies, and for them, we have to constantly explore and come up with new technologies. So, whatever new technology I see and something that I like, I share it with people, like on platforms like this. So,
Okay.
when it
Okay.
comes to my paid services, those are some of the services that I do. I do training design, development, and training delivery.
Okay.
Those
So
are my
you are
core.
reachable on the same email ID from where we got the email, right?
Yes, that's my official email. You can reach me over there.
Yeah. Thank you very much, boss. Thank
Most
you.
most welcome,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.
Any other questions from anyone? Yes, please.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good
My
evening.
question is, we talked about the segmentation if we want to segregate the people and the communication. So, what we need to do for that? We need to divide the subscriber, or they have that option for that?
You will have to divide the subscribers.
Okay.
So when you import your subscribers and when you create those rules, it will ask you to identify which are the subscribers you want to categorize under that particular rule. So you just have to check mark those subscribers and they will be automatically categorized.
Okay, but in the subscriber column, we see all the subscribers for all our program, right?
Yes.
If we
So
have,
again, you have options over there. So if you looked at it, when I showed you one option where we can import subscribers, it asked to give the name of that import, right? So if you are able to segregate them as separate CSV files and create them as separate lists, all you'll have to do is just call for that list. That list will be updated for that particular categorization that you want.
okay, so in the subscriber list, we can have that specific sheet or something we have created for that.
Yes, you can.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yes, this is Jyotish. I'm unable to switch on my camera due to network issues.
No problem. Please go ahead.
First of all, I just wanted to thank Bhadresh ji. He asked most of the questions I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
Yeah. And I have just one more question. Pardon me if you find this overtly inquisitive. I would just like to know what prompted you to come up with this kind of a series,
Yes.
Copy with Vythee, because you're sharing such a treasure of knowledge. And I would like to really know what is the reason, what prompted you to do this?
Yes, absolutely. You are. I'm happy you asked this question. In fact, when I started Coffee with Vythee, I had actually prepared a video on exactly this topic: why Coffee with Vythee and why exactly I'm doing this. So happy to share that. See, over the last 2.5 years, when the world went into the pandemic and things went crazy, I was talking to a lot of teachers and a lot of trainers, and one thing that I noticed is there is no dearth for knowledge, at least as far as our Indian trainers and teachers are concerned. We are a wealth of knowledge. But the problem is, we either don't know how to use technology, or if we know how to use it, or if we know that technology, we don't know exactly how to go about and use it. This is a major lacuna that separates people from India versus teachers and trainers from abroad. And my work area exposes me to a lot of international arenas, and I mostly work with a lot of Fortune 500 companies that are based out of other countries. So in that, I have had the opportunity to work with teachers and trainers from across the globe, and when I saw what the kind of work that they are doing, I was motivated to do my best, to do my bit at least, to share some of this knowledge with our people, so that we as individuals are able to raise our standards when it comes to using technology and using a lot of these tools that are available to really transform our classrooms and our audience members. So that was the motivation that drove me to this. So each month I evaluate a lot of software and I pick some of my favorites and share it with all of you. And this is my way of giving back to my community.
Beautifully put. And in fact, I have no qualms in acknowledging the fact that I belong to that category who is extremely, I'm actually petrified of technology. I don't have any hesitation in saying that. I am a trained Bharatanatyam dancer and I don't know how to use technology to my advantage to spread this beautiful art form. I hope in due course of time I will.
We should definitely talk. I am a trained Carnatic music vocalist. You can
Oh, wow.
look at those two tampuras behind me.
Yeah.
So one is mine and one is my wife's. So we are both Carnatic music vocalists. We should definitely talk.
How do we do that?
Well, you have my email. You can
Yes.
just, or you can take me. You have my number. You can just drop me a message. We can talk anytime.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yep.
And all I want to say is, God bless you, Ma. You're
Thank
doing
you.
some human service. From your name, I understand you're a Tamil. You can understand Tamil, right?
Yep.
அம்பாள் என்னைக்கும் உங்களையும் உங்க குடும்பத்தையும் பொங்கி பொழிகின்ற சந்தோஷமா சகல ஐஸ்வர்யத்தையும் தந்துட்டு வைக்கட்டும். அதுதான் வாழ்த்துறேன் நான்.
ரொம்ப நன்றி. ரொம்ப நன்றி.
இவ்வளவு நன்னா இவ்வளவு செல்ஃப்லெஸ்ஸா பண்றேன் இல்லையா? Awesome பா. Seriously.
ரொம்ப நன்றி. ரொம்ப நன்றி.
இல்லடாப்பா நன்னா இருடாப்பா. தீர்காயுசோடு கூட நல்ல ஆரோக்கியத்தோடு இருமா.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Really great to know that comment, sir. Mr. Vythee.
Thank you, Shyam sir. Long time.
And one more thing I would like to tell Jyoti madam that, Mr. Hamzini is Mrs. What do you call, Vaidishran's wife. She is teaching for students in Ireland as well,
Oh,
She's an awesome, and she along with her mother, they teach students in Ireland.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So, ஒரு comment சொல்லட்டுமா?
சொல்லுங்க சார். Yes, please.
I think I'm seeing you after 2 months. Am I right? You have put on weight, please. Yoga saying, please.
Yes, I have. These last 2 months have been a little hectic. I have not been able to get off my desk so much. But yes, I'll definitely have to do that. You're right, sir.
You're not on any medication, right?
No.
Mama, then you're bloated, please.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I'll do.
Sir, okay, I'll talk to you personally, sir. I joined very late, so
No problem. We'll catch up, sir. Sure.
I have one question. You have a newsletter or something, or regular updates, or you have any own community or something?
There is a small WhatsApp group that I have. So you can probably join that group. I will share that link to that WhatsApp
Please.
group.
Please.
Let me just go ahead and pull that up. Just give me a second. So I'll just post it on the chat window so that you can just join that group, and whatever programs that I do as part of this community, I post it over there so you can follow up. And if you have any questions, so suppose you attend this program and you are practicing and trying out this tool, and if you have any questions on any of these tools, you can go ahead and post it in that group. I'll be most happy to take that question and answer it for you.
Excellent, yeah. It's really fantastic.
Yeah, let me pull the group information. Yeah, settings. Yeah, there I got the group link. 1 second. Yeah. So this is the link to the WhatsApp group. So if you have any questions, or if you have any tool that you have come across and you want me to talk about it, if it is a tool that you are probably evaluating and you want to understand more about it, you can drop me a message. I will review that tool and we can make it part of the next Coffee with Vythee meeting as well. That's also something that we can do. Okay. So if there are no more questions, I guess we can call it an evening. So thanks a lot for joining into today's session. It was wonderful talking to all of you. And I will catch up with all of you during the next Coffee with Vythee session. I'll be posting that information shortly. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach me on the WhatsApp group or through email. I'd love to answer your questions. Thank you and have a wonderful evening, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wish you the same
Thank
and
you.
a lovely weekend too.
Yep. Thank you. Good
Thank
day.
you.
Bye.
Good night, sir.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you.